He's very trusting. I could tell him anything and he wouldn't say a word to no one.
He's passionate, he's very enthusiastic, and he's the most caring person ever. I think of the person you can go to no matter what. He don't care, he don't judge it. He's open-minded about it all.
To read, play music, I like to walk, play with my dog. In high school I played trumpet and baritone, and I could play a piano, a French horn, clarinet, and saxophone. I got a saxophone, I like to play saxophone a lot. My first choice was to be a music teacher. If I'm really stressed out, I can play something and just get into it and just forget whatever's bothering me at the time. Ended up being a nurse. Nursing was really fulfilling, so it wasn't a bad choice. I really did enjoy nursing. I took care of this one man. He was a resident at Sacred Heart Home, and he was originally from Chicago, and he had Alzheimer's disease, and he was only like 4 foot, maybe 4'11". He didn't quite hit 5 foot. He was a spunky little dude, and he was always wanting to go to Blue Island, and we had to sedate him one night, and he referred to me as a SOB, and he said, "I'll get you," and I'm thinking, this little fella can't do much, and he ended up putting me on the floor. So and he was a rough one, but he was a lot of fun to be around. Yeah.
He just tells me all the time about when he done it, like how all the shifts are hard, and about the people you meet and how some of them are actually nice.
I lived in Indiana for about 4 or 5 years, Michigan for a while, Tennessee. Just wanted to travel and see what was there. Of course, the pay in nursing, the farther out north you went, the better it got. So, the last job I had there, I was making like $28, $29 an hour, and that's pretty good money, for 15, 16 years ago.
He moved to Letcher County, I guess about 4 or 5 years ago, but he recently moved back.
The lady that I was living with, my friend Judith, she and I, that's where she was from, and she wanted to go back home, so we decided to buy a home over there.
He called every night. When he did come around, he'd make sure it was like fun and there was stuff to do and places to go. He'd always try to organize little trips and places for us to go.
If anything, it brings us closer together.
My mother was extremely ill, so I came back to spend time with her because we knew she was going to pass away, and we wanted to have some time, just to be with her.
He was walking up the road with me, and he goes, "You're gay, aren't you?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, see, we got something in common." I said, "What?" He goes, "Well, me too."
Probably about 4 years old, I knew things weren't quite right. Kind of had a crush on Daniel Boone and things like that, and Davy Crockett.
When he told me he was gay, I looked at him and I said, "That doesn't change the way I feel for you." I said, "You're always, I love you no matter what."
One given time I told my 3 sisters and my father. My mother had already passed away, so, but she and I had a talk, maybe a couple of days before she passed, and she knew, and she was okay with it. Later on I told my father and sisters at the same time, and we all had different reactions. One sister cried. You would have thought it was the end of the world. One of my sisters was very open with it. She accepted it right off the bat. And the other sister, she was kind of reserved. So my father, he told me that it was up to me who I'd done what I wanted to do. Peer pressure was really bad. I had some boys push me up against the locker and told me if I didn't quit messing around with talking to this one guy that was my friend, that they were going to assume I was queer and everything. So, it's the kind of pressure that they put on you back. I have a niece that came out at an early age, and she is my hero. I wish I could have done what she did. I think I would have been a lot happier growing up as If I could have talked to my mother and father like she talked to her mother and father, it would have been great.
I would say he's a very good-looking, charming man. And anyone that ever met him ought to be grateful that they have met him.
But as far as a whole, each one of them are just great. They don't down me or say nothing like that. And if somebody gets hurt, the first thing they do is come to me, clean this, do this, is it broke, or something like that. Always trying to patch them up, patch the kids up if they get hurt. I have a lot of family that doesn't know that I've kept it from, and if they ever see this, they'll know. And I hope they accept it, and if they don't, it's their loss. I don't think being gay is the end of the world. If people just give it a chance and be honest with themselves first of all. If everybody would just sit back and take a long look at the picture and say, hey, they're not that. It's not this, it's not that. It is what it is, and you are what you are.